All right, this is the course video to decide which course would be best for you, Algebra 1 on level or Algebra 1 pre-AP. Basically, we're going to go through the concepts of each course, what you kind of need to know for the basics, just to figure out which one is going to be best for you. All right, so starting off with Algebra 1 pre-AP, what are you going to expect? Well, there is going to be homework every night. That's just the policy of the class. We're just figuring out all of that stuff here. And you want to make sure that you are able to handle that workload. If you're going to be taking other pre-AP classes, you might want to consider, hey, this could be an issue. Maybe you're not ready for that much homework per night. That's something you need to think about when you're doing your schedule. The concepts are going to be more detailed. They are. We're going to go more into depth on things. You're going to have less review of middle school concepts because we're assuming that since you took the pre-AP course, you got it in middle school. Not only did you get it, but you completely understood it and would be able to master it even in the high school level. So that's definitely something to consider when talking about pre-AP. Okay, why would you take pre-AP? Well, you're going to be better prepared for technical degrees for college. So you want to think about what do you want to do when you get out of high school? Are you thinking about becoming a computer specialist or a doctor or a vet? Anything like that that might be more technical, you want to consider the pre-AP course for that reason. If you're thinking of going into a STEM career field, same thing. So STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Math degree, of course, hopefully you would be thinking about taking those pre-AP courses, but anything with engineering, anything with computers, mechanics, and of course any science field, biology, chemistry, physics, etc., those are very math-based courses. And if you're thinking about going into that as a career, you need to make sure that you're taking the courses that are going to prepare you for that, and that's where the pre-AP course would be in your favor. However, make sure that you excel in your math classes in middle school. This is a lot faster of a class, and so you should have done very, very well in those classes. All right, so that's basically the pre-AP standpoint. So now we'll move on to Algebra 1 on level. What are you going to expect? Well, you might have some homework a few times a week. It's certainly not going to be every night, and you are given a lot more time to work on it in class. So if you're a hard worker and you just make sure that you use your time wisely, you may not have homework at all, but maybe once a week. The concepts are more straightforward. You have lots of scaffolding. There's lots of help. Everything is given to you in a more gradual, slow pace so that you're able to really absorb it and make sure you know the material. And we do spend time on reviewing concepts from middle school. There could be gaps in your knowledge. That may be why you took the on-level. You could have moved around, just not really had a great grasp on that material, and so we can fix those gaps when you come into the course. And as I said before, we're not going to go as in-depth. It's going to be less intensive. You're still going to have the same requirements and curriculum points that the pre-AP does, but it's going to be at a less intense pace. So why should you take on-level? Well, it still prepares you for college, but again, as I mentioned before, it's a slower pace. Maybe you're not interested in a STEM career field. Maybe you want to take psychology or political science or English, journalism, any of those where maybe you only are required to take 1 or 2 math classes. Maybe for that reason you don't need pre-calculus or calculus and you don't even want to see those courses. On-level will be the one for you. And the biggest indicator for on-level is if you struggled to get a B or you received a C or lower in your middle school math courses, you may want to rethink pre-AP in general for math just because it is a very intensive course and there is not a lot of downtime for those. So if you did struggle or, again, got a lower grade in your middle school math class, you want to consider the on-level course. And again, just to emphasize, biggest difference is pacing. Algebra 1 pre-AP is very fast. On-level is a lot slower and, again, less intensive. So just make sure that you're able to get help outside of class and be willing to put in the work if you take the pre-AP course. All right, thank you so much. Hopefully this was good information that you can use, and good luck with your schedule. I know it can be difficult, but can't wait to see you in high school.